too.
Alright, so today I want to talk about a very simple modification I've been putting off making a video on for no real apparent reason, and that's the auto dim and compass rearview mirror. It's an OEM upgrade for someone like me that has a base model car, non-MMI, no compass, no auto dimming on the rearview mirror. It did have the rain sensor, but no auto dim and no compass. Now, the compass is kind of a null point in a sense. Do you really need a compass? Not really. It was more for adding the black rearview mirror since I'm in the process of changing my headliner over to black. It seemed like it made more sense to buy a used black rearview mirror that had a couple little upgrades with it versus trying to paint my stock one or buying a stock black one that didn't have this. So I'll explain the best as I can because I'm not going to go through taking off the rearview mirror. No point in trying to take it off because you can potentially damage your windshield, but I'll do my best to explain how you do the upgrade, as well as give you some links to where I read all the information on this. The instructions through there was for a different model. I believe it was an A6, but similarly it's just a power and ground essentially. They weren't the clearest instructions, but it still gives you a little something to go off of. Anyways, I'll show you how I did it, and then the links for that other stuff will be in the description. So I'll apologize in advance if it's a little hard to see some of the stuff here. That's why I'll give you guys the links as well to the other information on this. So this is obviously the upgraded rearview mirror that does have the compass and the auto dim features already in it. So all you gotta do is take off this cover, finagle this thing out of here, and if you are going to be replacing it, you twist this one way or the other. I forget if it's clockwise or counterclockwise. You don't want to press on it because that's how you will crack your windshield. And so in this connector here, the stock one I ended up depinning the one that came with the new used auto dimming compass rearview mirror to take the connector out of there, and I had to solder in 2 wires to these pins, and essentially it's just a power and a ground. And again, I'll have the information on which exact pins these were because I know it's a little hard to see with it already being installed like this. But all you do is you basically piggyback a couple wires and then plug it into the stock connector here, and then you got your power and ground. These wires here that are just loose, I could have cut them off, but I decided to leave them just in case. These had to do with the side view mirrors for the auto dimming for them. I do not have auto dimming on my side view mirrors, but if I ever do decide to go down that route, I still have the pins in place, all except for this one I did have to trim because it wouldn't fit underneath the cover here. So once you twist it, do all your wiring modifications, plug it back in, twist it back on, plug everything in. When you turn on the car, it will give you a little message in the corner where it's supposed to have the compass. Now, since mine's already been calibrated, you see it says that we're pointing north here, but it will say C. That's for calibration. So I know that there's a process of actually going through and forcing it to calibrate some series of circles or driving in certain directions, whatever it may be, I don't remember. What I did was I ended up just driving the car like normal, and in a day or two the C went away and the directions started popping up. So as you see, this is a pretty simple modification. not everyone needs to do this kind of thing. For most other models, it's also very interchangeable. I know that the information I found was for an A6, I believe, and I've seen similar things posted through B5, B6, and so on forums. It's all pretty much the same. You get the correct mirror and you put power and ground to it, and the rest of the calibration stuff is all the same throughout the different model years. Definitely not a necessary thing, but like I said, I'm switching out to black anyways, so this made more sense than my other options, and everything else is pretty much plug and play besides two or three wires. I'll get you all the specifics in the description. I believe it was only 2 wires I had to piggyback for the power and ground, and everything else was just, plug it in, go. The hardest part about this is just getting the covers to line up and being careful about not cracking your windshield when you are taking this thing off. If you turn it the wrong way, it will definitely give you too much resistance, and you'll know that it's twisting the wrong way, so you want to go the opposite direction at that point, and then you'll be able to swap this out with hardly any issues. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.